Welcome back to Better Preparedness. A clean vehicle in Canada is likely going to be safer, more reliable, and longer lasting. Winters are hard on vehicles in Canada with salt and grime and just it all builds up. So this is a 10-step way to really give your car a winter cleaning session. And I think it's going to make it safer, longer lasting, more reliable, and easier to drive, frankly. Well, part one, you got to loosen up. I like these DIY car wash places. You have to loosen up the gunk, the salt. It's very abrasive and hard, so you're going to have to give it a good spray first. Take out those mats. If you have winter mats, those are great. They are easy to clean. You can take them out, give them a wash. So this first step really is about loosening up the junk, the salt, the dirt. You see it just coming off, but there's no substitute for a scrub. And that's what we're going to get into. But first of all, just a quick rinse, soften up all that stuff. In this case, it was -10 outside, so you actually kind of had to warm up the vehicle, because if not, it was just going to freeze to it. Now it's time to soap it up. Well, I think everyone adopts their own strategy of how to clean their car, but my strategy involves paying twice the $4 to do this, and I kind of go off hours where there's nobody else really waiting to use one of the car bays. Now the first step with this is to get soap kind of on every surface. I just kind of get soap anywhere and everywhere I can, because the time is going to run out. So right now it's dispensing soap, and that gives me a chance to kind of put soap kind of wherever I can get it. This takes a couple of minutes just to get some soap everywhere, because that soap stops dispensing once the 4 minutes are up. And the upper part of the vehicle is always going to be cleaner than the lower part, and then the wheels and wheel wells, that's by far the dirtiest. So kind of work your way from the top downwards, and if you can, leave the wheels till the end, because those are really grimy with brake dust, salt, and sand, and whatever is built up there. Well, my 4 minutes is up. So now, with the soap no longer dispensing, I just kind of take the time to take the brush and try to scrub every surface, really. It's nothing flashy, but there's really no substitute. If you forget a panel and you don't scrub that panel or that part of the car, after the fact you'll just see the salt and grime is still there. It looks a little bit cleaner because if you might have just sprayed it, and that, in a pinch, that just gets a partial clean. But there really is no substitute for the brush and removing that grime. So I like to just take each panel at a time. That way I kind of know I did that, give it a good scrub, then move to the next panel. Yeah, bigger the vehicle, certainly the more exercise it's going to be for you. In terms of automated car washes, you know what? That works as well. It gets a lot of this stuff off. I don't know if it does it as well in the wheel wells and wheel well areas. Everyone has their opinion. What's yours? Do you prefer the automated or the DIY or combination? And while I'm at it, give these a quick rub, because this is pretty much the only way to really get that grime. Just spraying them alone, that certainly works. But if you scrub them, it's even better. Alright, time to put another $4 Canadian into the machine. This is probably about, I don't know, $3.50 US. Click that like and subscribe button. Now you kind of have to put more money in, because you can't just leave the vehicle covered in soap suds, because that's all just going to freeze the vehicle. You do have to pay the second time for $4, and I really don't need the full 4 minutes, but I take advantage of it to give it a really good thorough washing. Now I really do the wheel wells well. and start at the top, because if not, you're just going to have the soap continuing to drip downwards. I think you probably understand that there's areas of the car you don't really want to get soap and high pressure water getting pushed into, so talk to your mechanic if you're not sure next time you're getting an oil change. But things like into the engine bay and the underside of the vehicle, be a little bit cautious, and I try not to force it where there are rubber seals as well. In this case, since I have the 4 minutes, I turned it to spray wax. Frankly, I don't know actually if that does very much. I don't think it does. But now a final quick rinse, because because I have the time, and I was just gonna wear out the 4 minutes, and I'm done. Well, in Canada, it is cold in wintertime now. It's about -10 the day I went, which was warmer than the -25 it had been the day before. But it's very important here, where it's so cold, to make sure you rub the door seals. And any leftover water on those door seals, once you park the car, say for the night, or park it for a few hours, that water will seal those doors shut, and you risk damaging the seals. So take a rag and wipe all those seals. Now, step 7, it's time to look inside the hood. Now you may say to yourself, well, I'm not really a mechanic. Well, anyone can do this, really. You can check the oil with the dipstick, the brake fluid, the power steering. You might need a flashlight to be able to see those levels, but each of those has a high or a low fluid level. And yeah, take a look at the fan belt if you can see it. Just check to see, are the terminals corroding on the battery. And one of the really important things, this is step 8, is top up that windshield washer fluid. If you're driving or on the highway and you run out of windshield washer fluid, that can really be bad, because you need to keep clearing the spray from the other vehicles. Step 9, if you have a pressure gauge, great. I have a high quality bike pump that has a good quality gauge on it, so I go around and check all 4 tires to make sure they're at their proper inflation. Your owner's manual, or in the door frame, there's usually a sticker, but check your winter pressure and just make sure all 4 tires are at that. And while you're at it, anything looks out of the ordinary in terms of wear on your tires or any debris stuck in your tires, now's a good time, because everything's so clean. All right, one of the final steps, well, it's not really that flashy or sexy, but just give the windshield wipers a wipe, and that way you're going to get clear cleaning of your windshields. All right, well, there you go. Now 2 days later, this is what the van looked like, because it was a very messy, mild winter day. So it's just a fact that it doesn't last very long sometimes. All right, thanks for watching Better Preparedness. Click that like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.